Hi everybody, welcome back to the Blind Gooner and welcome to my Arsenal quiz. Now I thought I'd just do this quiz, just a little bit of fun really, nothing, there's going to be no nothing at the end of it, but I thought I'd just do it as a little bit of fun. Remember, just before I get into the quiz, I'm going to be back at 3 o'clock, 3:30 with my usual daily stream. But without any more interruptions, let's get into the quiz. Question 1. Now, there's going to be 5 questions. And what I want you to do is leave your answers down in the comments below. Leave it all down there in the comments below. And then tomorrow, I'm going to drop another video with the answers. And like I said, no Googling. Obviously, I can't enforce that. But yeah, I'd appreciate if you just had a little think and just a little bit of mental stimulation. Anyway, where was I? Question 1. So the first question is, in the Champions League final 2006, now we all know what happened there, don't we? Listen, that final still hurts today. But in the Champions League final 2006, who scored their first ever goal in Europe for Arsenal? That's the question. Who scored their first ever goal in Europe for Arsenal? Question 2. Who scored the winning goal in the Bernabeu to get us to the Champions League final? Now, we all know we started that Champions League round with Real Madrid. But who scored the goal to get us to the, to get us on our way to the final? Obviously, we had Real Madrid in the last 16. We didn't, it wasn't the goal to get us to the final, but it was to sort of set us on our way. So who scored the goal in the Bernabeu? These questions are pretty easy, mine. They're just, like I said, it's just a bit of fun. But let's go on to question number 3. And question number 3 is, in the FA Cup final of 2005, now we all know that we won on penalties, don't we? We all know that Patrick Vieira scored the winning goal, but that's not what I'm going to ask you. Now, it's a little bit difficult. You might not remember this. Now, Jens Lehmann was in goal that day. Now, who did he save a penalty? Which Man United player did he save a penalty from that ultimately won us the FA Cup? Now, we know that Patrick Vieira scored the winning goal to win us the cup, but who did Jens Lehmann save a penalty from? Who was the Man United player who did Lehmann save the penalty from? Now, that's a bit tricky. If you don't remember that game, that might take a little bit of some thinking. Question number 4. Who was our opponents on the last day at Highbury? Now, we all know we moved to the Emirates Stadium. Who was our opponents on the last Premier League game at Highbury? All right, so that's question number 4. Now, question number 5, this is the last and final question. Who was our first opponents at the Emirates Stadium? And I'm not counting pre-season friendlies or anything like that, Jez. Who was our first competitive opponent in the Premier League at the Emirates Stadium? And for a bonus point on this one, I'm going to... what was the score? What was the score? So, sort of like a double question here. So, who was our first opponents at the Emirates Stadium in the Premier League? The first ever game at the Premier League game at the Emirates. And what was the score? Because I can remember it. So there you go, guys. There's the 5 questions. Like I said, leave your answers down in the comments below. And I'm going to be back at 3:30 with my normal live stream. And then tomorrow, I'm going to drop the answers. So there we go, guys. Those are the 5 questions. Like I said, leave it all down in the comments below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll be back later at 3:30. Take care, guys.